Weekly edition, Robert Heffernan, Endotech, exclusively for the Pareto Network and Endotech subscribers. This is Blockchain Vitals Weekly, where we're going to look at that weekly fractal, that Endotech envelope, which is so important going forward when you can step back and look at the weekly. You know, that's kind of how I look at it. It's like the microscope where you're like dial in, dial out, dial out. Those are the different fractals. And one leads to the next, and the longer term fractals are more important. I mean, think about it kind of like if you had to move large sums of money, you can't look at a 5-minute chart and think that you're going to have any long-term success making trading decisions on that because you got too much money to move. So you have to fractal out. You have to look at longer-term time frames. And, you know, large money pretty much dictates the market. That's why you need to look at the weekly to see what longer term money will most likely do in a market setup. All right, let's do the rounds. We do it every day. Doing the rounds, a little segment we do talking what's going on in the crypto sphere, things that I'm seeing, and that was a mouthful. That was from last segment. Anyway, I talked about that on Friday. Vitalik from Ethereum with a 75 tweet thread talking about all the things going on in the Ethereum Casper research to make it fairer, more equitable, more transparent, and just a great lengths at how much thought is going into in these networks. That is why it's so transformational. You know, this technology isn't about making things less transparent, more able for corruption of participants, a less equitable split of things. It's about aligning incentives in a way that is more equitable, fair, more transparent for everybody involved. That's why it's transformational. A couple of things on this note. First of all, the amount of people coming into this space, and for me what it says is there is so much money in and on the sidelines. This coming from Coinbase saying there are still signing up 500,000 accounts a day, and that was what they reached in the peak of the run-up was 500,000 accounts a day, and they're still signing that many people up. What it tells me is that there's a lot of people signing up at Coinbase in the USA, and they're parking some fiat money there, and they're waiting for a story that tells them that they should be involved. Because, believe me, I am not the only master technician out there, and I don't know one technician right now that is telling you that this is a bull setup. What I know to be a fact is we are developing here. We're developing the story. That's why I look at it every day, because the story keeps being developed. All right. The other one that I think is important, because we've talked very much on this segment about how technology can be great and it can be transformational, but if it isn't adopted and for people easily adopted, you know, at the end of the day, you have to provide value for people, and they have to be able to adopt it relatively easily. And so this one was Everipedia. Everipedia is a rival to Wikipedia, and it's on the EOS.io platform. So first of all, a couple of things. Here's a use case for EOS, and here's a use case for something that is going to compete with Wikipedia. And the way they're going to do it is they're going to offer tokens for people that contribute and people that update. It's a democratized encyclopedia offer incentives to content providers. It's going to be decentralized in structure and make it impossible to censor the network. And the reward system is designed to provide more inclusively fully autonomous encyclopedia information without donations or advertisements. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but that's their aim. And again, this goes to the fact that does EOS become more valuable if things are overlaid over it that people adopt? Of course. That's the whole issue here. Do people adopt these technologies because they find them fairer, more useful, more equitable, more properly aligning incentives of users and providers? These are the things that need to happen for the infrastructure to go back into a bull trend. Stories like these, not only stories like these being set up, but evolving and being adopted. Those are the important things. Because then the 50,000 signups a day that are sitting on the sidelines, when they see adoption happening in the real world, they will be jumping in, believe me. All right, listen, let's take the vitals. Before we can take the vitals, I got to say goodbye to the YouTube crowd because you need to be a subscriber at endotech.io or Pareto Network token holder in order to view the actionable trading content of this segment. So please subscribe or buy Pareto Network tokens, and you can watch the full segment at endotech.io live, not in memory.